Here we go back again with another video, transfer news video. And I'm wondering how many more players we're going to actually buy after signing the PSG player, centre-back, right-back yesterday. How many more players will we bring into the club? And how much money we're going to spend in this transfer window? I'm totally bewildered by how many players we brought in. There's a bit of information today released on the Sunderland Echo. It's very interesting. Sunderland linked with a 67 million quadruple transfer deal under Christian Speakman. How is this even possible to spend all this money? And where does it end? The latest Sunderland-related transfer news and gossip from around the web is here at this moment in time. Sunderland's summer high-profile transfer activity shows no sign of slowing down. And the Black Cats are linked with further deals following the 3-0 win against West Ham. These fresh links come after Sunderland made a stunning start at the top with brilliant goals from Eliza Miyenda, Dan Ballard and Isidore. Tremendous. Now, the first player that we are linked with is somebody from Ajax. It's a striker. Now, yes, possibly we do need another striker, but all these players coming in now, I'm worried about, are they going to be happy sitting on the bench, because you can only play so many players, of course, 11 players in a game of football. Anyway, Sunderland have been credited with interest in Ajax striker Brian Brobby, but face competition from Europe, with Stade Rennes making a concrete move for the 23-year-old. Well, Rennes are prepared to pay more than 17 million to land Brobby. Though they remain short of Ajax's valuation, negotiations are said to be ongoing with the Ajax further talks. Pardon me, Brobby, who managed just 4 goals last season, has been given the green light to leave Amsterdam and is believed to be seeking a fresh challenge. Sunderland, ASC, Roma, Stuttgart also considering powerful forward for the powerful forward, raising the possibility of the multi-club battle for his signature. Rennes' pursuit comes after they sold Ahmad, somebody called Ahmad. He scored 17 goals last season. So there we have it. So there's the first one. Now we'll have a little look about how many goals he scored. I'm not sure. Ajax, meanwhile, are under pressure to sell players to raise funds for the reinforcements. They are prioritizing. What am I saying? Sometimes I just can't speak. I can't say even the words that's supposed to come out of my mouth. Prioritizing. That's the word, prioritising. Yes, prioritising the addition of experienced midfielder and left-footed defender. So any money from the Brobby's departure will accelerate those plans. Now, I don't know where all this news comes from. And then, of course, Sunderland are linked with Leicester's Harry Winks. Harry Winks, a midfielder. So are you happy with buying players from teams that are being relegated? Not all players will be bad players from teams that are being relegated, of course. According to fresh reports, Sunderland have joined Brentford in the race to sign Leicester City midfielder Harry Winks. The 29-year-old is entering his final year of his contract at the King Power Stadium. Now, do you think these names are just bandished out there just for the sake of, paper talk? Because I can't believe we're going to try and sign Harry Winks, a 29-year-old midfielder, when we've got abundance of midfielders already. And would he want to come to Sunderland and sit on the bench as well at that age? Well, right, his final year of his contract at the King Power Stadium, with also interest emerging from Valencia and Florentino. Now, quadruple players. Are we going to buy 4 more players? I don't think we'll buy 4 more players between now and the end of the season, in my opinion. Winks has been regular for the Foxes since arriving in Tottenham 2023, making 76 appearances in all competitions and featuring both Championship and featuring this team. Featuring both championship fixtures so far. I'm on my holidays, but I'm having a few beers, but not too many. I ain't that drunk. The England international, capped 10 times, also has experience from Serie A and loan spell from Sampdoria. So there we go. Harry Winks, Brian Brobby. Now he's one we definitely will be interested in, but of course, is another central midfielder. We bought Ahmad Llorente in. We bought that guy who used to play for West Ham, Arthur. We do have, of course, I think Jensen Silt will go. This will probably cement his loan spell that goes out. We have Dan Ballard, who's just the best central defender in the whole of the world at this moment in time. Anyway, official bid from Bologna's John Lucami. Meanwhile, Sunderland have submitted an official bid. We have submitted an official bid of £20 million for John Lucami. The Colombian centre-back, John Lucami, Fabrizio Romano reports the Black Cats have made their move for the Bologna defender. So there he comes in. Who does he play for? Dan Ballard doesn't lose his place at all. It's Dan Ballard and John Lucami. That means a man, Ahmad Llorente, who was brilliant at the weekend, sits on the bench. Fair enough. Probably could do with one more anyway. Bologna, however, are reluctant to part with the 27-year-old. We've already read this. You know, they clearly want to keep him. Sunderland's interest underlines their determination to further strengthen their defence, which is fair enough. Already seen the likes of Armand Llorente from Getafe and Nordi. Of course, we've got Dan Ballard, Nordi Mukiele, who we've just bought from Paris Saint-Germain, and Armand Llorente from PSG. So we've got an abundance of defenders. So would John Lucami want to move from Bologna to sit on the bench? Because who starts? Dan Ballard, it's a no-brainer. He has to start. He's earned his place in the team. Who starts alongside Dan Ballard if you have all these players in? Is it the PSG star that's come in? Would it be John Lucami? Or would it be Ahmad Llorente? Let me know in the comments down below. What's the list of three? The way I saw Ahmad Llorente at the weekend, I thought he was class. But you do need strength and depth, of course. Right, of course, Sunderland eye up £30 million for Abdul Fatawu swooping attack. Sunderland have been heavily linked with Leicester City's winger Abdul Fatawu. That the Black Cats have tabled a bid just short of... We've tabled a bid. Now, I've never heard this before. We've tabled a bid for £30 million for this lad. The Ghanaian, another African who will go out on the AFCON. We've got to be careful not leave ourselves too short. We can't keep buying, for me, in my opinion, that's just my opinion. Too many, players are going to be out in the AFCON because we will be missing big time. We'll be weak then. And fair enough. But, yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. Right. Black Cats have tabled a bid just short of £30 million. We've tabled a bid for £30 million for the Ghanaian national who is featured in Leicester's championship title winning campaign during the loan spell from Sporting Lisbon. Now a permanent Leicester player, Fatawu. Yeah, he's just going to be fair enough. He's going to be this player that maybe play on both wings. Emerged as Sunderland's in the window of priorities. A 21-year-old, he's only 21, now that's a no-brainer, get him in. Who can operate on either flank, so he can play left and right wing. This is what I said before. We need this another player because we've got Simon Adingra, who was amazing at the weekend. We've got Talby, who was amazing at the weekend, but we only have the two. But look, as much as Patrick Roberts has done brilliant getting us to the Premier League, will he be able to take over in the Premier League and do well? So we do need this other player who play both flanks. But Adingra, Talby and Fatawu will all go on the African Cup of Nations, I think. So then we have Mundle, who will be fit back then, hopefully fit by then, and Patrick Roberts. Right, so the 21-year-old who can operate on either flank has started both Leicester's league matches this season, but could be tempted with the Black Cats' ambitious Premier League project. Fair enough, that's pretty good. So there we have it, 4 players, quadruple bids. Is that even possible to have 4 more players come into this club? I can see us getting another striker, a young striker, possibly. I can see, I get it for another set. I get the centre back. I get the municipal winger. I get the striker. I don't see Harry Winks coming in. That's just my opinion. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Is all this just paper talk? We have submitted 2 bids, it looks like. So we are interested. I do see 2 more players coming in between now and the end of the window. Let's face it, the club's been brilliant, hasn't it? As much as we can sit here and speculate and say, well, we need this, we don't need that, they know best. They've done marvellous so far over the transfer window. They give us an absolutely fantastic foot and a fantastic opportunity to survive in the Premier League and really flourish in the Premier League. We can really flourish this season. We can take this Premier League by storm. There's nothing saying we cannot. There's no stopping us. One, you know, like I said before, one swallow doesn't make a summer, because we had a good start of the season against West Ham. We have to now make sure we do equally good against Burnley. And we'll be doing the Burnley preview later on in the week. Every game is equally as difficult as the next in the Premier League. Burnley will not be an easy game at the weekend, regardless if they lost against Spurs 3-0. It doesn't make much difference. They're going to be a hard team to beat. They're here for a reason. They've earned the right in the Premier League, and every team in the Premier League is difficult to beat. So we've got to make sure we put that, you know, that commitment, that energy, the game plan, and the way we played the first game, submit that into every single, we need that standard. We've got to have that bar rised up, and that standard, to make sure we can do it, the business. Anyway, there we go. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Much appreciated. Take care. God bless me. God go with you. See you next time, folks. Enjoy your time on this wonderful planet. Bye.